The steaks and hamburgers of today are the pre-pandemic plans of a farmer somewhere in Oklahoma or across the country. Cattle ranchers like Cody Beach in Bristow will tell you that raising a cow from calf to harvest is a years-long process.
These are living, breathing creatures, but we're making a product. We're making the best beef in the world. So if you're making a product, when that product's ready, that product's ready.
Beach says that's the snag. The long game of cattle farming turns into a sprint when they come of age. Thanks to a fire at a beef processing facility in Kansas in 2019, the country was wading into the pandemic with one arm tied behind its back, and then things got worse.
I mean, we're feeding people, and people need to eat 365 days a year, so the system's designed to feed people 365 days a year. Food's not just one of those things that just you put the brakes on and go, well, hold on a minute.
But the Cattlemen's Association says that's exactly what has had to happen throughout the pandemic.
The pandemic has really challenged us through this. So early on, we saw where we just couldn't even get beef to the retail outlet. And the primary reason for that was at the packing side or the slaughterhouse side, labor was the challenge.
There were plenty of cattle, but processors losing employees on quarantine or during temporary shutdowns has now backed up the country's massive and complicated beef industry.
There's many other supply chains that have been challenged due to labor as well. But when it comes to a food product that's perishable, and those cattle are on a timeline, if you will, to be harvested at a certain age, that really presents challenges versus a product or a commodity that can be stored long term or is non-perishable.
Has it ever been this kind of volatile?
No, not that I can remember. Never been this volatile at all.
Torrance Alexander has been in the meat business for over 20 years and now works as the meat department manager at Oasis Fresh Market in Tulsa. For customers, he says it's been tough to watch prices go up and some items become temporarily unavailable.
Customers, they do understand. Sometimes they might mention the pricing increase, but we try to ensure that we're working on getting that price competitive and where they can be affordable for them.
No one knows for sure what prices will do in the long run.
We think price is probably going to stabilize, but long term, good question. Depends on a lot of factors that are affecting us as well as a lot of other supply chains.
Back in Bristow, Beach thinks one solution is more processors, but like with everything else in the cattle industry, that won't come overnight.
Some of these plants kill thousands of head a day. They employ 600-700 people. You think about building a factory of any kind that's going to employ 600 or 700 people, and the faculties that go into that of where is the workforce, where do they live, where do we need to build it, where are we going. You start trying to piece all that together, that's not fast on any scale. I mean, it can take 2 years to build any plant.
For now, they just say to be patient, buy what you can afford, and know that especially for people like Cody who have invested their livelihood in this industry, the stakes are real and they are high. Tyler Butler, News Channel 8.